Copywriting is literally the most essential skill if you want to scale your business or become a copywriter and sell your services. So what exactly is copywriting? How do you start copywriting? And most importantly, how do you start charging real money for your words? We'll immediately address these questions in this video, and right after, I'll share with you my 4 Qs formula that helps you write best-selling copy immediately. So if you want to get my best-selling 4 Qs formula, stay tuned. And of course, if you want more tutorials and more courses on how to master copywriting as a skill and use it in your business or actually become a copywriter, make sure to go through this channel because every video is there to help you excel at copywriting. So let's get started. So what is copywriting? Well, first of all, it has nothing to do with copyright, which is a trademark, which is where you trademark something that you've created. Copywriting is a skill that you cultivate, and it's the words that you write in order to convince somebody to take a certain action. And most of the time, it's convincing your reader, your viewer, to buy from you. Copywriting is about turning your words into cash. And I really believe that. I've had that myself. I've experienced that myself. If you're good at copywriting, you are essentially owning your own money printing machine because you are now very skilled at writing product descriptions, Facebook ads, sales pages, video sales letters, you name it. Wherever you look, wherever you go, you will see examples of copywriting. Even when you walk into your local gym and there would be an ad for you to have a personal training session or to buy a protein shake, that's copywriting. So if you master copywriting as a skill, there is really no limit to what you can make and what you can do in your own business and your life. So how do you make money from copywriting? That's probably the most important question that we all have. How do I actually turn those words into cash? How is it so profitable if you say that it is profitable? So here you are. I always say it, and I have this definition, that it's you either write copy to help others sell their products, or you write copy to sell your own products, or you write copy to sell your own copywriting services. But essentially what I'm trying to say in a very convoluted way is that every business and every entrepreneur needs your help. For example, when I launched my language school, my skill as a copywriter was vital because I didn't have money to hire a copywriter. So then I was the copywriter for the business, and it lasted for like 5 years until I could hire somebody to do it for me. And the thing is, I really took it seriously. I said to myself, so I have my business, I have my products, and now I am hiring myself as a copywriter for my own business. And I know it sounds a bit weird and a bit of a foreign concept, but I really believe that if you are an entrepreneur, if you are an artist that wants to sell their work, if you knit at home and you want to sell whatever you knitted, it's an amazing skill to have because you become the master of your words. You become the master of persuasion. And the way that you describe your product and your services, the way that you talk about yourself, the way that you talk about your business directly impacts how much you can charge for it. So that's why I think it's absolutely important. So again, that's one thing. You can either do it for your own business, for your own products and services, or you can go out and find multiple businesses, multiple entrepreneurs, multiple solopreneurs, multiple artists, accountants, personal trainers who need your help. Most people nowadays are doing some sort of selling. Most solopreneurs, side hustlers are doing some sort of selling, and not all of those people have the time to work on their copywriting skills. So this is where you come in. So you can obviously go out and help bigger businesses bigger companies, or you can approach the local dentists in your town. You can approach a few local restaurants in your town and help them with their copy. So there are multiple opportunities for you as a copywriter. And in my own personal journey, I've written landing pages for businesses, which is we promoted one of their products or courses. I've written ebooks that directly sold one of the programs that the company had. I did video sales letters, video sales scripts for other companies. And at the same time, I've done it all for my own company. And with every video that I made, with every landing page that I wrote, I really felt that I was slowly becoming a better copywriter, and therefore I could charge more or make more in my own business. Now, before we move on to the next question and explore the difference between copywriting and content writing, I'd love to ask you, what is your experience with copywriting? Have you ever written copy? Are you just beginning? Are you way along your journey? Just drop down in the comments below and share where are you at in your copywriting journey. And if you are just a beginner, just write down beginner. So do not hesitate to let me know, because I'm very curious about your journey. And now we're about to move on to the following question and explore the difference between copywriting and content writing. And before we continue, I'd like to remind you that at the end of this video, I am going to share with you my 4 Qs formula for writing best-selling copy. So stay tuned. Okay, so what's the difference between copywriting and content writing? Now, they are similar and yet they are very different. Content writing is there to educate, meaning it'd be a blog post, an article, or a video script about what the company does or why a certain product is important. So content is there to educate, and it's much easier to write it, and it doesn't require such a level of skill as copywriting, because copywriting is there to sell and to convert and to immediately take the prospect from them being a prospect to them being a buyer, to them being a client. So I always say that content writing is a very good place to start, because you could easily go out to a bunch of businesses and start writing content for them. And helping them out with blog posts, articles, social media, things that are not directly selling, things that are much easier to craft. Now, when it comes to copywriting, I would say that's the next step up, and this is what we are really learning about in this channel, how to master the skill as a copywriter and learn how to use your words tactically, effectively, persuasively, how to write to your particular audience. However, it does not mean that you have to start from content writing. You can certainly start from copywriting, because copywriters definitely get paid better. And if you want to get paid better, obviously start with copywriting and use the resources on this channel to achieve that. So now, can anybody become a copywriter? And if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do, because there are many more videos coming out and there are lots more in the archive for you to watch and train yourself in becoming this in-demand copywriter. But can anybody become a copywriter? Do you have to have a degree? Do you have to train for years? Do you have to be extremely talented when it comes to writing? No, you don't. And that's a really honest answer that I have here for you. You really don't. But you need to put in a certain amount of hours in order to familiarize yourself with the craft and understand the nuts and bolts of it. And the way you do that is very similar to going to the gym and training your muscles. So you don't expect to suddenly have massive biceps or a six-pack. This is going to take you some time to get there. So I would say it's quite similar with copywriting. You need to get to that point, but the way you get to that point is really by spending some time reading, writing, researching, watching channels like this one. By the way, below you can find my free copywriting course, which gives you a really nice introduction. Then I have a course on email copywriting, on sales copywriting. I mean, if you watch those videos, that is already an amazing start. So Again, you don't have to be an English lit graduate, you don't have to be an expert, but you have to have the desire to excel and the desire to learn this craft. However, the good thing is that you can start charging immediately. You can already go out there and find your first client and write copy for them and become a better copywriter whilst actually getting paid. So it's not like becoming a surgeon, as I always say, where you can't just go out and perform a heart surgery. That's not going to happen. Now with copy, you can sit there, you can research, you can write and rewrite. So whilst you have to become a student of copywriting, you can already be a copywriter that charges for their services and that gets better with time. And again, a lot of that information is in my free copywriting course, so go back and watch it. But at the same time, I'd also say that one of the main skills that you need to cultivate as a copywriter is starting to observe human behavior, starting to observe what works, what resonates with people. When you are on social, keep track of social media ads, analyze why this particular ad is getting so many likes, so many comments, or so many clicks if you happen to know that they're actually getting clicks. If you know that a certain product is popular, a certain course is popular, analyze why. Go onto their landing page, onto their sales page, and really go through it thoroughly, trying to understand how did they piece it together, what methods and techniques did they use, because a good sales page is not random. Not a single word on that page is random. So once you get that, you become a student in your day-to-day life. For example, when I'm on social media and I come across an interesting course or product, I go into that landing page and I really analyze it. And I'm really thinking what they are doing in this particular segment of the page. I go back to the ads, I look at their ads, I dissect them, I break them down, and I'm thinking, well, that's a very interesting choice of words. This is a very interesting image. The way they put this landing page together is pretty good. So start studying copywriting wherever you go, and at the same time, start charging immediately. And to end this video, I'd love to leave you with my 4 Qs formula that I got right here and that I've been using with my clients and my team and whenever I consult people on their businesses. So 4 Qs formula helps you write a compelling copy. 4 Qs are 4 questions that you can now see on your screen. And we have the first question, who? And who is your target audience? This is where every good piece of copywriting starts. You need to know who your target audience is and write your copy to that audience, to that particular person. Then we move on to why, which is the problem. Why do they need it? Or in other words, what problem are they having that they need your product? So when you think of your target audience, the target person that might buy your product, what are the challenges and obstacles that they're facing right now that your product will help them with? So once you have the who, you need to make sure that you have the why. Now, once you've got the why, you need to move on to the what. And the what is your solution. And solution equals your product. But the mistake that most people make here is that they start talking about their product immediately because they think that their product is most important. No, your product doesn't matter at all. What matters is the solution that your product brings to your client. It's about how your product solves their problem and what they get out of that solution. Do they get richer? Do they get thinner? Do they get happier? Do they get a better relationship? Do they get out of debt? Whichever it is, your product is only a tool. It's only support for them to help where they want to be. And lastly, we have when, which is why take action now? Why it is important for them to take action now, to buy this product, to purchase this course. What would happen if they didn't? Is there a deadline? Do you have a limited amount of spots? Is there a discount? And similarly, how does it impact the person's life if they don't get your product and they don't get the solution? Now, this is my quick 4 Qs formula that really gets you on track when writing your copy. However, this is just the beginning. Do not forget that there are so many other resources on this channel to help you write excellent copy. And there's a video popping up now that you can click and continue watching and continue learning on this channel. And also don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.